Hi, I'm Al, an even weirder Al, an even weirder Oracle, and I'm going to try something different today. Usually I have the whole top down, I just had a puppy come join me, a top down, view of a reading that I'm doing, but I think I'm just going to channel something today. So I'll start with some cards just to get kind of going, but I think this is going to be a lot of me talking. Not that it's ever anything else, but. Okay. There's this element here of being in a cycle of starving for connection with someone or something. Maybe yourself, maybe someone else, maybe the universe. It is all the same thing, right? There's this connection, it's like we're present in the body. We're offering our actions as like a divine gift. We're connected with this thing, but we're just in the liminal space. You might feel like you have been doing everything you're supposed to do, like you're doing all the things to move the needle forward when it comes to your connection with spirit, when it comes to your connection with yourself. But you are just kind of in the liminal right now. And so there aren't going to be any specific outcomes to your actions, and you might feel like you're starving for an outcome. You might feel like you're waiting for something to show up. We are, this is timeless, but as I'm filming it, we are in eclipse season, which is kind of its own liminal space. It's important that you still continue to pray, to connect, to put in the effort, even if you're not seeing the return on your investment in the way that you want to. Make sure that you are allowing for everything to exist. We don't need to get caught up in the duality of good and bad here. There is data, there is wisdom in all of it. So this is happening because this is what's supposed to happen. This is part of the journey. And you might feel really listless, really disconnected, maybe really frustrated. So it's really important that you nurture yourself right now. I can definitely relate to this reading. I've been feeling that way myself lately. I think it's really easy to feel disconnected, especially when we have expectations of how things are supposed to happen. And I have been working really hard on managing expectations. I love that a siren went off as I said that. Managing expectations around how things will happen and when they will happen. Because often when I get caught up in the ideas of how and when and why and where and everything, I leave a lot less room for the universe to make things happen. So even though it's frustrating to wait, it's important that you nurture yourself here, that you allow yourself to be a bridge, that you allow yourself to connect with the other side and gain what you can, even if it's not as much as you want. I think you're being very critical of yourself right now. You're being very, you might be kind of stuck in some black and white thinking, which goes along with this duality, right? This thinking about that there's a right or wrong way to do this. This is all part of the experience. This is all part of the journey. This is all part of what it is that you are moving toward, right? Got my stacks of decks here. Yeah. Right now it's for listening and waiting for everything to come into view. There's no logical way to move this needle. There is only opening up to the magic of it. This is a new beginning for you. And this might be something that's really unfamiliar. It might be something that that might be, how do I want to say it? This is something that might be so new that it feels scary, but it's not hard because you can't do it. It's hard because you've never done it before. I also want to point out that we just got the moon and the sun. We're talking about balancing this energy inside of ourselves too. There might be some holding on to something. And so making sure that you're willing to kind of like let go and let love be the guide here. I feel like what we're letting go of is a desire to force or control. I had a reading for myself recently, and one of the phrases in it has stuck with me. Right now is about receiving, not achieving. It's good to look at the past, but it's not good to stare. So whatever it is that you're holding on to might be something that you feel shame about. And know that these things that you feel shame about aren't necessarily bad. They're what make you interesting. And the only way for shame to pass is to put it in the light, right? To shine a light on it. You have a lot of big feelings in this process, and that's not surprising. As we let go of one phase and enter another, there's a lot of things that well to the surface. And like I said, I'm relating to this. And I don't know about you, but my dreams have been so cathartic lately, but I'm doing so much work in the dream space that I'm waking up exhausted. I'm tired. My body battery on my watch when I woke up this morning was a 49. And I slept for like 9.5 hours, but so much of that was dream work that I wasn't actually getting REM sleep. So if you're tired, and you think, well, I'm not doing anything, why would I be tired? You probably are doing a lot of work below the surface. It's important that you connect with your inner guide here as you're kind of going through an underworld moment. Things are dying, and that's scary. And when parts of our identity, parts of our ideas of who we are die, our ego thinks we're actually dying, and so it rattles. There's a death rattle, right? And it's uncomfortable, and there are a lot of feelings involved. Make sure that you're just being open to what the universe has in store for you. Don't try to control the uncontrollable. You can't control the fact that you're having a Pluto moment, but you can control how you approach it. You don't need to have tight grasping hands on everything all the time. Let's see. I'm just trying to clean it. The table's pretty full of cards right now, so I clean it up a little bit. Okay, let's grab this deck. This is my deck that I'm currently working on getting published so that I can reprint. I have been sold out for almost a year. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going through a birth right now. You're coming out of this tunnel, right? This is the light at the end of the tunnel of mortification in spiritual alchemy. You have probably been in some form of this tunnel for a while, maybe a couple of years, maybe a few months. You've been there. You're in the last stretch. And it's important that you know that, because you might be getting tired to the point of wanting to give up almost. Don't give up. You're right there. Be aware of where you might be kind of searching for something to fill the void while you're in this void. Part of the importance of this liminal space, of the void that you're in, is leaving it open for the things you've been building and wanting to come in. So when you are insatiable, when you're constantly trying to fill this void with anything other than just letting it be, it's going to be an issue. You're going to slow down the process. And we talked about not controlling the uncontrollable. When we try to grasp and pull things, we pull it out of their natural cycle. So you actually are hurting, the process to getting out of this tunnel by trying to control it. Try to take some time to romanticize your life as it is in this moment. And remember that you are light. You're pure light. And this process is allowing you to shine even more brightly than before. Be kind to yourself. This is a journey where it's important that you're very open, you're very honest, and you're willing to face some really big fears around embodying versions of yourself that you maybe haven't allowed yourself to embody in the past. And there might be the part of your brain that's very logic-based, and this requires so much surrender that you might feel a little out of control when you surrender to it. Know that by not surrendering, you're fighting the flow and you're actually getting yourself stuck. Surrender is the number one thing you can be doing right now. And I say this knowing it's hard. A couple years ago, I Googled how to do it because I fundamentally couldn't understand it. I don't even know if I could explain it now. It's about radical trust and acceptance and openness. That's apparently important to the universe. Something that if you don't have can be difficult to build, but is so worth the effort. Be compassionate with yourself when it comes to fear and negativity that exists in this space as you're kind of entering the unknown. You can't be completely afraid of the dark. You have to not allow this to hold you back. Not only nurturing your inner child, but embodying your inner child of excitement, wonder. This is like the Fool card of this deck. This is stepping into something with curiosity and joy. Not projecting your past wounds onto a new situation where they don't exist. I mean, obviously they still exist inside of you, but you have leveled up in a way where you're not repeating this cycle. So anytime that in this now moment, when you feel like you're stuck in the cycle, it's because you are there. Think about like 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You're stuck in it. You are your own captor here. Let's see if there's anything they want to add here at the end. This is an opportunity to transmute a lot of negativity that you've had in your life into strength. So make sure that you're stepping back, observing, seeing the bigger picture, and being strategic about how you approach it. You can't control it, but you can control your perspectives and your reactions. You can't control it, but you can surrender with deep trust in the universe, preparing with curiosity to move into something new and collaborative so that you can build a life that you love. You can do it. We can do it. I hope it hit for me. I hope it hit for you. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And I'll see you next week. Bye.